What's up, everyone? In this video, we're going to take a look at a round between NRG and Koi from the Brazil lock-in tournament. And it's probably the most important round of the map and very likely the entire series because it really switched the momentum towards NRG. Koi started off the map with a 9-3 lead in the first half, and after NRG won the pistol and the subsequent anti-eco round, they came into the bonus with sort of limited resources. They have one Bulldog, one Vandal, a couple of Spectres that they carried over, and then a single pistol. So not the greatest buy. Obviously a super important round, and it's one of those rounds where if you win it, you get a lot of momentum to kind of snowball into the half. So what we're going to see here is NRG is immediately going to take a short little push forward towards the A site, and they're going to create pressure here. KO knife right there to detect the Sage and the Jet, and also create the illusion that they're pushing towards A. And they're also going to place that Killjoy turret so that it will watch the flank. Now this is all going to be on a timing because we're going to see immediately NRG leave that area, and FNS is going to pretty much beeline directly towards the middle ramp into kitchen. He's going to do this with the Viper, who is usually the player that's in this position. The orb went up right at the beginning of the round, which denies Koi any information about what's going on the other side of it, and it allows FNS to make this aggressive play and get into middle in sort of a disguised way because it's such a fast movement to go A and then head into the middle. And you can see that on the other side of things, we have just a Killjoy turret watching middle right now. And that's going to be really important because as we play this forward, we're going to see that FNS is going to make his way up the tube into kitchen. He's going to pause, hearing the turret outside. And you can see that this is giving time for the rest of his team to make their way up to basically the explosion point from B. And what's going to happen now is that FNS is going to make the call that they're all ready, they're in position to make this play, and he's going to go ahead and break this turret. And this is a crucial moment. So right there, he breaks the turret, and most players will break this turret and then they'll fall back because it creates a lot of pressure on the defense because now they don't really have anybody locking down middle. The standard procedure for a team that is trying to play defense here on Icebox in the kitchen is basically to let the Killjoy or Sentinel utility take contact in kitchen, and then they're going to shift over and re-clear kitchen. Generally speaking, it's going to be the Sova that comes over and drones out kitchen to see whether there's actually somebody coming through. And if we back this up here, we're going to be able to see that exact thing happen. So right there, we're going to see the Sova come up, and he's going to be droning to basically try and see if there's actually any pressure because most teams are not executing through kitchen. And so they just need to drone to make sure that nobody's lurked up into this position. Now, this is where this round gets really cool because FNS is going to do something that's pretty unexpected. We're going to see him actually make a beeline up the kitchen hallway towards the B site. And this is a pretty unexpected move. Like I said, most players will sort of kill this turret right here, and then they're going to fall back down the tube itself. And instead, FNS is going to create this really awkward scenario where he is pushed up and he's just kind of in this weird spot that is making the Killjoy who's playing on site super defensive. And we're actually going to see the Killjoy here have to fall back because they're not sure where FNS is in the kitchen area. So now he's going to go ahead and break the drone, and you can see that he's already pulled two players over here because the drone has been killed, and the other players are rotating through middle to try and reinforce, you know, this B side of the map like this. Now, what's going to happen here is that FNS basically knows that he's created sort of this inflection point for the defenders where he just needs to stay alive and kind of defend his position while his teammates run up and plant the spike. So he's going to go ahead and chuck out a molly there. And he's just going to kind of hold down this position, and that right there essentially wins them the round because everybody's focused so much on this Killjoy that they're not really expecting there to be another player middle because generally speaking, there's one player kind of lurking middle on Icebox. Usually it's the Viper, sometimes it's the Killjoy, but in this case, we see that NRG has left a second player here, which is the Viper, and this is going to result in Sam getting essentially a free kill because he's just in a perfect spot. And we can see that now FNS finally does get cleared out, but Koi has already lost two players, so the numbers advantage favors NRG. Sam has full middle control at this point, and Koi is basically going to just be crunched between players holding from the standard post plant angle and also middle as well. And at this point, all NRG has to do is basically just effectively trade out, not over peak, which they do not do, and it ends up being pretty much a free win on a round that they're not expected to win in most cases.